I need to make this very, very clear. I do not hate women. Every woman's beautiful in their own way.
I don't hate women, you're all beautiful and sexy. Just don't think you should have rights.
I think the definition of feminism has changed. I've seen it move towards focusing on women's rights and their reproductive rights, towards being really hateful towards men and their ideals of what is masculine and what isn't.
Yeah, feminists have really moved away from fighting for reproductive rights. It seems like they just don't really do that anymore. They're too busy being mean to all the men and boys. They're just being so mean. They're no longer focusing on reproductive rights. Who wants to see my tiny new cat? Hi, baby. There you go. She doesn't have a name yet, so we're calling her Baby Cat. Baby Cat. Baby Cat. Okay, today we're gonna be watching feminists and anti-feminists play Truth or Drink from The Cut. Or Cut. 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 Just kidding. Start. Rolling. Dumb.
Why do you hate women?
I wouldn't say I hate women, I just believe in certain roles.
Which roles? But which roles, though? Seriously, which roles are you talking about? No, but which roles, though?
My name is Bailey.
My name is Riley.
I'm Charity.
I'm Emily.
I am Chauvin.
I'm Peter. I'm the anti-fascist, but...
Feminist?
Anti-feminist, sorry.
Sorry, no, I'm an anti-feminist, yeah. I am a fascist.
Can you each take turns defining what that means for you?
I view feminism as a social movement advocating for the equality of all genders.
My view is anti-feminist. We were born and raised, and actually we tend to lean in towards those traditional ways, so.
Biologically speaking, we are anti-feminists. When I was in the womb, my mom spent a lot of time watching Sargon of Akkad, so it's in our DNA to hate feminism.
What are some stereotypes you've heard about feminists?
I imagine somebody with like hairy armpits and like has period pad earrings, and I'm like, I don't like it.
Do a quick Photoshop job in post. Yeah, I'm a feminist. What can I say? I'm a proud. See, I'm a proud. Stupid.
What makes you feel that way?
I don't know. I feel like the media mostly.
This is a good point. The media shapes our perceptions of what a feminist should look like or does look like. Obviously, it's through the use of stereotypes on the internet. Pink hair, hairy armpits, don't have a husband, single, a bunch of cats. In mainstream culture, so often the way feminism and feminists are talked about is through the use of these stereotypes. Stereotypes that rarely, if ever, come with a fair and accurate representation of the demands of the members of these movements. It's a straw man, essentially. They take this image, they say, feminists want to execute all men with a big old sword. And people on the internet say, oh no, we should go get them. Get rid of them. I don't like them. What's up, all you? Hi, we're going to take a quick break to thank the sponsor of today's video, which is LELO. You know what's great for your mental and physical health? Cracking out a couple Buzzoinga nuts. And that's what LELO's here to help you do with their vast array of really nice, really good, high quality toys. May, as we all know, is masturbation month. So let's celebrate that by going nuts, no pun intended, with some of LELO's really nice toys. LELO was nice enough to send over a couple products and I've been using them and it's been great, to be honest. TBH, been having a blast. First up is the LELO Dot, a clitoral pinpoint vibrator. It's got a cool pinpoint shape for absolute precision, 8 different powerful pleasure settings, and it's USB rechargeable and fully waterproof. So whether you're on the Squirt Squad or the Cream Team, you're protected. Shut the fuck up. They also sent me the Tor 2, a couples ring. It's a smooth silicone design that comfortably fits all sizes, makes everything feel so much better and cooler. It's also 100% waterproof and USB rechargeable. Celebrate this month by going to the link in the description to know more about the LELO Dot and Tor 2 and more other toys with the amazing discounts LELO is offering. If you buy these products, you're gonna have so much fun. Thank you. All right, now let's get back to the video.
Sports bras and tiny pants and heels, and trying to just go above and beyond to make it known that it's my body, I can do what I want with it, and you can't do anything.
I don't have sports bras or tiny heels.
You're not wrong. Stereotype, not 100%.
Okay, bro's name is Riley. He's killing it with the responses here. A quick challenge to this stereotype and her acknowledging, yeah, that is a stereotype and you are breaking that stereotype. You know, this is good. It's exposure to the scary other. Oh, scary with the pants and the shoes on.
It's all about body empowerment and doing everything you can with your body with whoever you please instead of waiting for the right person or ignoring the other
sluts.
people. No, not sluts, but...
Not sluts. No, Whores is what I mean to say. They're just dirty and nasty. I would never use this S word. I just think walking around town sucking and fucking everyone in sight. Ooh, ooh. And I just think they should wait till marriage. So what happens if they don't wait till marriage? Oh, they're sluts then. Yeah. I mean, whores, sorry. Ungodly heathens.
They're sluts.
People, not sluts, but that not following, let's say nicely, the 10 Commandments per se, you know.
What is it? What are the 10 Commandments? Hold on. You shall have no other gods before me. You shall make no idols. You shall not take the name of your Lord God in vain. What does this have to do with sex? Keep the Sabbath day holy. Honor your father and your mother. You shall not murder. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. Okay, adultery. That's it. That's the one. Why all 10 then? Just one. It's just the one about adultery that you believe in. Also, you can't per se the 10 Commandments.
The 10 Commandments per se.
They're pretty just written out. It's a list of things. There's no like, let's use a metaphor here. The almighty wrath of God. They're just written down. They're not that long. I just read them, and I can't even read.
Who gets laid more, feminist or anti-feminists?
I would have to say feminists. Anti-feminists typically have a stereotype of not exactly being sympathetic or empathetic towards women.
I can see that, but at the same time, I don't see how being anti-feminist would delay a person from being sexually active.
It's all stereotypes, but...
I mean, I would like to hope that everybody's having some share of affection or love.
I really hope anti-feminists can get laid, because I know it's coming one day. But I just gotta hold out hope for that, because given my disposition, you get it. I definitely agree with that. I think on apps, especially in places that are more populated, less social isolation, you're gonna have a harder time of it being openly anti-feminist. But at the same time, in places where you're more likely to find a woman who has traditional views or potentially anti-feminist or conservative, there's not an issue. Your politics are in alignment. In these liberal Democrat mayor cities with all this crime and free stuff and dirty laundry in the streets, you're not gonna find that many matches with a fish in your profile picture and a screenshot from your Kindle PDF of the game. But in many places, you might be just fine.
Who gets laid more, feminists or anti-feminists?
I think feminists, just from what I've heard, especially from friends of mine that are women.
Just from what I've heard from friends, never partaken, but I know a lot of women. That's what the women tell me.
When they're on dating apps and such, they have someone that they think is, in that kind of sphere of not a feminist or is a Trump supporter or something like that, then they'd swipe left. Are you a Trump supporter, Bailey?
110%. I think he did a really good job at running the country.
Trump supporters never give any other figures besides like 110% if you ask them. Because if they are fully on the train. There's no people that are like, yeah, I'm a Trump supporter, but
I think he did a really good job at running the country.
Since we're talking about feminism, what do you think of his comments on women?
So cool, so calm, so collected. Doesn't even miss a beat. Trump ran the country fantastically. No need to contest that, because that's just a pathway you don't need to follow. Bring it right back to the conversation about feminism. Riley, you're killing it, dude.
What do you think of his comments on women?
People do say things and do things, and I don't think that people should be held accountable, especially for things that happen.
We all say and do and enact and commit all sorts of bad acts, but why hold anyone accountable?
Especially for things that happen, years and years and years ago. People can say things and still be kind, genuine people.
Just certain groups. Certain groups receive the kindness and the genuineness, but if you're not in them, good luck. Sorry.
Why do you hate women?
I don't hate women. The things that they're trying to stand for, I just think is a little ridiculous. There's been so much time of us doing the same thing, and why would we want to change that?
That is actually a really good question. We've been doing the same thing for so long, why would we want to change it? And who has a great answer to that question is feminists.
I wouldn't say I hate women, I just believe in certain roles.
I need to make this very, very clear. I do not hate women. Every woman's beautiful in their own way.
No. I don't hate women. You're all beautiful and sexy. Just don't think you should have rights.
I think the definition of feminism has changed over the last 60, 70 years. I've seen it move towards focusing on women's rights and their reproductive rights, towards being really hateful towards men and their ideals of what is masculine and what isn't.
Yeah, feminists have really moved away from fighting for reproductive rights. It seems like they just don't really do that anymore. They're too busy being mean to all the men and boys. They're just being so mean. They're no longer focusing on reproductive rights.
Define, it has in quotations, a woman.
Define a woman.
Yeah.
Oh boy, they're going with the Matt Walsh playbook here. This should be interesting. It's extra fun because anti-feminists all have the same answer, which is peen or vagine. But some feminists have that same answer, and they're called TERFs, trans-exclusionary radical feminists. So this is a bit of a TERF test. They might both agree. Peens and vagines. And that's when you know you're sitting across the room on this chair from a TERF. And for any TERFs watching my channel, you can eat shit. Welcome to the TERFs Eat Shit YouTube channel.
A woman itself is anyone who believes that they identify as a woman.
I mean, gender to me is a social construct.
I do feel that definitions are hard, but I do feel that a woman is somebody who was born with a vagina. That's my definition of a woman.
Him stare. It's just like, I hear you. I hear what you're saying. I'm gonna come with some good shit here in a sec, but just keep on going. Sex organs, gametes, go for it. Right.
When you're defining words, it can be super tricky to like get the actual definition. Like, how would you define a chair?
Well, it has like a seat and a back and 4 legs.
So a horse is a chair.
Oh my God, he knows. He's so good. This guy's so good. You're killing it, dude. I saw this interaction on Twitter like a long ass time ago, and it's been shared ever since. Great response to that question. Definitions are not only tricky, but they are being weaponized against the trans community in the form of asking that question to exclude trans women. You know, it's simple.
Which group is more racist and why?
Oh boy.
It's a slam dunk for me, but I'm curious.
I think anti-feminism is really pretty racist.
I would agree.
Oh, brother, gotta sift through all the extreme racism on both sides to figure out the answer to this question. Yeah, I don't know what this guy's deal. He doesn't seem to care that much about being like an anti-feminist, or at least he's, you know, being self-reflective.
I'm more liberal on the side of anti-feminism. I think a lot of people who are more traditional are more racist towards that fact and are willing just to stay with their groups.
Yeah, me and all the people that politically align with me, well, not me, but the rest of them are pretty fucking racist. I don't love the framing of this question because it's as if both feminists and anti-feminists have to have one more racist group than the other, when in reality, both of these groups have racism embedded within them because feminism on its own is a gendered construct and it does not take into account race. Intersectional feminists, I would argue, are the least racist of any group, but you see racism from white feminists. It's been a very large part of historical feminism, is feminism for white women at the expense of everybody else. However, of course, people who, you know, have bigotry towards a gender are usually more likely to also harbor bigotry towards other stuff like race and ethnicity and religion. Why stop at women? You know, why not get them all? Everybody that's not like me.
Why does racism have to come into it?
Some of the first feminists were extremely racist and did not want to include people of color at all in the things that they were fighting for. Yes, that's why.
Well, you just taught me something new.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. It does seem like only kind of one side of the table is learning stuff.
Things that they were fighting for.
They're like, oh yeah, that's interesting. Okay. Didn't know that. No, there's a lot of things you didn't know.
That's why women of different races were allowed to vote at different time periods throughout history.
Honestly, don't know. I'm gonna just take a shot because I can't answer that question. Can you answer the question?
Yeah, I'd say generally I think anti-feminists are more
Yeah,
racist.
I figured you'd say that. Why?
Because there's typically a lot of beliefs that tend to go together.
I disagree. I mean, and personally, I don't see skin color. You're a human.
I think it's an outdated phrase to say I don't see color, and that was born out of not recognizing the different experiences people go through.
Once again, Riley wins the #1 Riley Award for being named Riley and being in the video and being such a cool guy. Extremely cordial way of telling someone they're saying something that's outdated is by saying that's a pretty outdated phrase and here's why. And it doesn't feel like he's, you know, lecturing her. He's just giving his opinion. All these damn woke scolds, always wokely scolding me, woke scoldingly.
For your case, you're saying you like to have a traditional kind of household. I don't think there's anything wrong with that if that's what you want. It's more about if you are trying to tell others the way that they should live and you're advocating, politically, voting for people or wanting laws to get passed that keep things a certain way, that restrict people.
A retort here a sort of anti-feminist debater might come up with is, well, feminism restricts women from doing what they want because feminism tells you to get a bunch of cats and go on Tinder.com and do all sorts of butt exercises at the gym to grow your dumpy and become a high value, whatever, But actually, you just have to look at that and say, who said that? Who said that? Where did they say it? Why? I don't think she'll retort with that because she doesn't seem like the debate lord type, but let's watch.
Keep things a certain way that restrict people.
Why change something that's works for so long?
Maybe works for some people.
the stare. I don't know if it registered there. She was just like...
Give feminists one compliment or take a shot.
I'm taking a shot on that one.
Didn't really hear much from this lady, but damn. The awkward silence as she reaches down to grab and gulp down the shot when all she had to do was say, like, you seem like a nice person to the feminist in front of her. After this whole conversation where the other lady's being very civil, talking about the issues, the critiques, like making a joke.
They're sluts.
At the end of it all, she's just like, I would never have anything nice to say about a filthy, dirty feminist. Like, bro, come on.
Let's take a shot and I'll give you all a compliment. Clink, clink. I will say that I think feminists, radical or not, are real strong. Try to beat one down with your words. I don't think it's gonna happen.
There you go.
I think feminists are amazing in the way of they've made birth control, condoms more accessible, and I think as well as promoting there being male birth control as well.
And when I finally get to use all that stuff, I'm gonna be so sorry, which I will, because it's gonna happen. Don't worry, it will happen. And when it does, I will have feminists to thank for the protective services on my pee-pee.
All right, game's over.
Woo! All right.
How was that?
That was really fun.
Good
conversation. Yeah. I think it's conversations that people need to have.
Something about at the end of stuff like this, when people shake hands and thank each other for civil conversations, that is a little weird. Everything she's saying is pretty obviously just creating a more harmful world for people. You might be thankful you had a conversation with someone that just openly wants to strip away your rights, but at the end of the day, that's what they're trying to do. Whether they can have fun with it or not, whether they can make content out of it or not, you can't forget the message of the bad stuff that's in there. Okay, everyone, hope you enjoyed. That was fun. Comment below what you'd like me to cover on this channel, because my brain's been like fully empty lately. See you guys on the bye-bye.